One of the safest places you can be in an earthquake is an underground tunnel, because the earthquakes are largely a surface. Apart from where they shear, they're mostly a surface phenomenon. So they're like the waves on the surface. So like being in a tunnel is like being in a submarine. Even if there's a storm above you, the waters are calm as a submarine. And in fact, when there have been massive earthquakes, like there was a few decades ago, a massive earthquake in Mexico City, the safest place to go was the subway. If there is global thermonuclear warfare, you really want some tunnels. Underground's a good place to be if in a worst case scenario for global thermonuclear warfare. On a more everyday note, what's really useful about the tunnels is alleviating traffic in congested areas. So obviously if you've got very tall buildings, but you have that are 3D, so they're going 3D up, but you have a road surface which is 2D, you're just naturally going to have a problem where people try to go from the 3D object, which is the building, to the 2D object, which is the road surface. There's obviously just not going to be enough room on the roads. And that's exactly why you have traffic. So the solution for that is then to make roads 3D as well. Now you can either make transport 3D. So you can either do that with flying cars, or you could do, really helicopters, or you could do that with tunnels. Now the challenge with doing it, with going above ground or with any kind of flying object is that they tend to be very noisy and they generate a lot of wind force. And you've got things flying over your head all the time, which can be disconcerting. If one of these things drops a hubcap on your head one day, these things flying things tend to crash once in a while, and people don't like things crashing on them. And then if you have bad weather, like let's say there's a blizzard or a sandstorm or something, well, now nobody can fly. So then transport shuts down. On the other hand, none of these problems exist with underground travel. So tunnels are immune to weather. They don't care what the weather is. It could be the worst weather. It doesn't matter. Nothing's going to fall on you because you're underground. There's no wind force and it's very quiet. I think going 3D underground is much better than 3D above ground for solving traffic in cities. We have a demonstrated case of this in Las Vegas. People can try out the Boring Company tunnels in Las Vegas. We're busy connecting the whole city with all of the big hotels and the convention center and the airport and everything.
So I don't think they need to fly all the way